2NUR FM News. For our sponsor, General Trades, professional roofing, maintenance and restoration.
It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Belinda De Lasheras with Hunter News. A man is due to front court later today after being charged with the armed robbery of a Bonnells Bay news agency. It's claimed the 26-year-old entered the business on Fishery Point Road wielding a piece of metal just after 1 p.m. yesterday and threatened the female attendant. Joanne Elliott from police headquarters says 2 other women were also involved.
The woman wasn't injured during the robbery, however the man's taken cash and fled in a car which was parked nearby. We've had local police investigate, and a short time later a vehicle was stopped on Freeman's Drive at Freeman's Walderhole. They've arrested a 26-year-old man and 2 women in the vehicle. The car was seized for forensic examination, and that man has now been charged with armed robbery as well as an outstanding warrant.
Meanwhile, a man's been charged with attempting to procure a child for money at Charlestown Square. The 55-year-old allegedly approached a woman and her daughter, offering a sum of cash to exploit the girl for sexual purposes. He'll appear in court next month. It's been revealed developer and former Newcastle Lord Mayor Jeff McCloy attended a fundraiser held by the city's one-time MP Jodie McKay, despite a ban on developer donations. It's believed she attempted to turn Mr McCloy away from the event back in 2010 after realising his name didn't appear on the guest list, but he refused to leave, the Labor Party instead refunding the $200 ticket. It seems tensions have flared among the state Liberals on the back of Councillor Ken Jordan's pre-selection as the party's candidate for the seat of Port Stephens at the March election. It follows reports of dirty tactics, branch stacking and backroom deals in the lead-up to the vote, with claims fellow contender former Newcastle federal candidate Jamie Abbott never stood a chance under the supposed arrangement, while 22-year-old hunter engineer and environmental campaigner Dan Clausen has officially been endorsed as Labor's candidate ahead of the upcoming Ward 3 by-election in Newcastle. Motorists could be about to get a smoother ride through the Maitland Railway Station roundabout, with work to commence on a new eastbound overpass as of next week. The 430-metre link will transport 2 lanes of traffic headed east on the New England Highway over the top of the Church Street roundabout, bypassing the northern floodplains. Roads and Maritime Services Regional Manager Anna Zeki says it's part of a raft of upgrades to improve the look and feel of the area.
There's been some other upgrades happening close to Church Street near the Maitland Railway Station and at High Street near the Maitland Hospital. We've added additional slip lanes to improve traffic flow, and we've also added a U-turn bay close to the roundabout at the railway station, and we've added some traffic lights up at Johnson Street.
The Awabakor Aboriginal Land Council has lodged a claim for the entrance to Newcastle Harbour, which could see the collective share in millions of dollars worth of royalties from coal exports. The claim has now been formally registered under the Aboriginal Land Rights Act, but the group is adamant they would spend the funds on educational, employment and social welfare opportunities for Indigenous communities. And after many years in the waiting, Valentine Hall is finally getting a makeover. The upgrade will include an access ramp, security fencing, installation of toilets and a storage area, along with improvements to the hall's front landscaping. Swansea MP Gary Edwards says the renovation is well overdue.
The community haven't had the use of this hall for quite some time now, which is rather unfortunate. So this will enable the group to reopen the hall for the community. So, I mean, you'll have all sorts of community groups using it. So it's a terrific community asset, and one that unfortunately hasn't been able to be utilised for quite some time, but that'll very shortly come to an end.
Briefly, 4 youths have been arrested after several cars were broken into at Belmont North overnight. Snorers may soon be able to rest a little easier thanks to advances by the Hunter Medical Research Institute on a new mattress allowing people to sleep on their stomachs comfortably. It's hoped the breakthrough will provide an ideal solution to sufferers of sleep apnea and violent snoring. And Newcastle beaches will remain closed for an unprecedented 7th straight day today, with shark sightings continuing to plague the coastline. Now with sport, Cecilia Connell.
Jets coach Phil Stubbins has shot down speculation David Carney and Mark Birigidi intend to part ways with the struggling club. It's understood Sydney FC are keen to sign Carney, while the Sky Blues and Melbourne City are interested in Birigidi. Either way, the team's in the market for new players following the departure of Sam Galloway and Marcos Flores earlier in the week. Meanwhile, Hunter Stadium is set to host its second Asian Cup match tomorrow night, with Oman taking on Kuwait. Both teams will be pulling out all the stops after losing their last matches. Round 3 of the Lake Macquarie Amateur tees off at Belmont this morning. Picton teenager Justin Warren currently shares the lead with Canadian contestant Corey Connors, and Newcastle youngster Isaac Hayes has been selected to represent Australia at this year's Cadet Fencing World Championships in Uzbekistan. That's sport. I'm Cecilia Connell.
2 on your RFM News Timers, 25 to 9.
Ladies, before you go, Cecilia and Belinda, thank you very, very much for filling in for Ian Crouch whilst he's been away over his Christmas, New Year's break. You're making it seem like your own seat.
Well, we try.
Yeah, you're doing very, very well. So if I was Ian Crouch, I'd be a little bit worried. I'm not saying anything. I'm not getting...
No comment.
I'm not getting controversial, but...
We're avoiding the dangerous territory there, Todd. Staying right out of it.
Look, parting is such sweet sorrow. You're not going anywhere, but job well done, and thank you very much for your hard work over that period.
Well, thank you very much for having us. We've appreciated every minute of it.
Oh, lovely. Look, have a great weekend. Look after yourselves, and we'll chat to you soon.
Thanks very much.